Hey, this is Susie J. Cobwebs, and today is going to be a writing tip. This writing tip is first draft process. How did you make your first draft in writing your books? This is $1 million question that is on everyone's mind. In hopes that I can help you. Hi, I'm Susie J. Cobwebs, and I am the author of the Betrayal in the First Degree series. I am working on the third installment of the Betrayal in the First Degree, third dumpling. I have 2 of the 4 books out already. I have Betrayal in the First Degree and Betrayal in the First Degree, second helping. And there's going to be a 4th one, and that is Betrayal in the First Degree for a Price to Pay. The last 2 are coming soon. There are many different ways you could write a book. Honestly, this is an individualized effort, and you have to work at it to fit what works for you. On this channel, I dig deep into the writing process and the emotions that I felt at that time, along with fictional and journal writing prompts that you can write along with me. If you haven't checked out those writing prompts, I have them on the second Wednesday and the last Wednesday of every month. So I hope you check them out there at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Writing is just like any other activity, sports, music, cooking. You need to figure out the fundamentals first so you can enjoy this craft. Basically, what this means is you need to break this down into pieces. Practice to master the different processes. Of course, over time. I would like to go over my writing process with you and the reasons why I felt they worked for me. Hopefully this will give you an insight on how to make your writing journey grow with intent and not just a hobby. So there are many different ways you can write. You have your plotsers, you have your pantsers, and you have your plancers. Now, if you don't know what these are, I have videos on this channel that I go into detail with each one of those. If you have any other questions, by all means, write them in the comments and I will do a video on them. But in a nutshell, these are categories that how you can process to write the novel. Meaning, whatever you feel is easier to sketch the framework of your novel. Now, this could be hard to resist, but writing the first draft has a few more extra processes that you actually have to put forth the effort to release all of the extra ideas that you have on paper onto the paper. Let's just start off with this. What do you want your book to be about? What do you enjoy? What do you know? What makes you feel comfortable? These are questions are like spotters when you start on your fresh piece of paper, right? This just means you're in the brainstorming stage. You are trying to brainstorm anything that you want to possibly put into your book. Whether it's going to hit there or not, doesn't matter. Once you have that main idea down on paper of what you want to write about, this is where the reverse engineering comes into play. How did you get your main character from point A to point B? What were the obstacles that they faced? What problem did they solve? At this time in the process, this can go so many different ways on how you come up with the rest of the ideas. Like, for example, are you a plotzer, a pantser, plancer? If you can comment that down below, what are you? Now, I am both. I'm a plancer. And as a fiction writer, this is the journey that I would like to share. So, I have this character, and their problem and the solution. So far, so good. What about the middle? The dash has so much more meaning than you realize. Actually, that's in another video. Now, simmering down to that projected plot, what comes to your mind when we talk about these characters? What else could you think that they could go through? Now, if you haven't checked out my other writing tips, writing prompts that we could do together, and some of my love simple wins moments. This is an emotional roller coaster as a day-to-day author. Writing prompts are going to be your best friend, at least for right now. This is where a lot of your freelance writing is really going to come into play. Don't worry about what you're going to write about. Freelance. Now, you pick the items or paragraphs, however you have, on what you want to write about, whether it's a quick paragraph or an overall chapter, knowing full well that this writing will need to be edited. This process here is just getting thoughts down on paper. Period. This is practice that I like to try to describe a scene or the thought process or even the character's actions when they come alive. What are they wearing? What are they feeling? After you get a good part of your novel, freelance I should say, you want to generically or chronologically put them in some type of an outline. This does not mean that this is written in stone, not yet. The next layer of the process is almost a cooling mechanism to rest your brain. Once you have written up your first draft, this is where you're going to start your hard editing, going line by line, sentence by sentence, maybe even word for word. Honestly, this is a tough love process that you're gonna have to do with your manuscript. Editing process could be as simple as a missing period to a whole paragraph reconstruction. Don't get discouraged. As much as you may think that you may, don't get discouraged. This will take you longer than you think. I want to make sure that everything is right before rushing a deadline and then missing more grammar issues, more plot holes. You'll need to make sure editing is top priority at this time. Let's just be honest. You are going to revise this 15 million more times, but this is only going to make it better. What about a fresh set of eyes that could be maybe an avid reader so they can maybe see plot holes, character issues, or editing issues for that matter? Now you see that you have some type of manuscript in front of you. What editing platform do you use to help with extra editing? Do you use ARC readers? How do you find ARC readers? Do you know what an ARC reader is? ARC reader is an advanced released copy. That means that this person that is going to get this manuscript is not out yet. It is still in the editing process. So you should feel privileged. That will be another video, I'm sure. And make sure that you are able to trust your editor. That is another big issue with having a manuscript. That'll be another video too, I'm sure. How do you do your process of writing your first book? Or writing a book for that matter. If you like these videos and you want to see more of these videos, by all means hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that post notification button so you can stay on top of all the different things that I post. And till the next time, love you bunches.